everybody, it's Candyse with Grow Local, and guess what, guys? We made it through the summer, woohoo! And the rain's coming, so I might be a little damp by the time we're done this one. However, I am here today to say that I hope you had fun. Your garden should be winding down. And as they do, once you're taking things out, just remember your housekeeping. Remember to take out all the old bits and compost it, okay? You want to do your house cleaning. Mulch where you need to mulch. If you're like me and you've got a small garden, you can just mulch with your straw. I don't usually add any fertilizers or amendments until the spring. I don't find it necessary. And a lot of times I still have a lot of stuff growing in there. I've got the kale. I will be taking the last of my beans down after this. There's Roma tomatoes back here that I'm going to be picking really soon. I still have peas growing in the back. I've got some dragon tongue beans that are still coming up. And I do have a renegade sunflower here. And behind it is my pineapple sage, my absolute favorite, not so much for eating, but because it's one of the last plants to get flowers in your garden, and the hummingbirds just love it. If you have a larger garden and you're taking a bunch of stuff out and you want to amend the soil, you want to get it more tilth, you can use a crop cover called buckwheat. It grows really fast. Within about 3 to 4 weeks, it's come up, you chop it down, you dig it in, and it gives you lots of tilth. If you think you need a bigger shot of nitrogen, a lot of people will use fall rye and legumes. And here comes the rain. And it works really, really well. It takes longer to grow, but about 3 weeks before you want to plant, you would cut it down, chunk it all into your soil, turn it all over. It starts to decompose and adds a lot of nutrients and a lot of tilth to your soil. And what else can I tell you? That's probably it. Just make sure that you clean up. If you've got things with powdery mildew or downy mildew, remember to put them in the garbage. You don't want to put those into your composter. And start harvesting things like your sunflower seed heads. They should be about right. When the back's really, really brown, that's when you want to cut them. They will droop towards the ground, and that's a preservation thing for them. They don't want the birds to eat them. They want their seeds to drop down to the ground. One other thing, growing garlic. This is the time to plant your garlic, September and October. Easy peasy to do, you guys. If you saved some of your garlic, all you're doing is pulling off the cloves. This is called the foot, the part that's attached to the bottom. It's got a pointy end and a flat end. You want your garlic cloves to go in about 4 inches, because you want about 2 inches of soil on top of the clove to protect it from the weather. Now, if you're like me and you want to teach the kids farmer measurements, you just measure your hand. For me, the top of my knuckle is 4 inches, so all I do is go into the soil 4 inches, bottom end down, cover it up, and I'm done. That should be ripe and ready for picking and pulling in July. And that's all there is to planting your garlic. There's no muss, no fuss. If you're going to try anything, try your garlic. A lot of the local garden centers have some in stock right now. At the farmer's market, you can pick them up. And there's a lot of different ones to try. There's really hot ones, there's really mild ones. You're still going to have fun, even though the summer's over. I do hope that you had fun going through this little adventure with me. It was a real learning curve, trying to figure out what you'd be interested in, what might strike your fancy, and for me, how to not keep moving my hands around so that you guys can actually see stuff. If you have any I wish they had ideas, please just email them into Grow Local, and maybe we'll get a chance to try this again next year, okay? Thanks, everybody. It's been a slice. Woohoo!